Good evening, everybody.
Oh!
Yeah, it's the Irregulars.
Yeah.
I'm Matt Posner. He's
Chris the picture.
We're coming to you live from the palatial offices of Victory Development here in the beautiful city of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Paradise at its finest. And there's so much to talk about because there you are. Look,
Chime in, everybody.
You might want to turn that light on so we get a little bit more light.
Yeah, I'm so dark.
Yeah, you're dark. So yeah,
Dark.
we get some light. Yeah, turn that on and lighten it up a little bit. There we go. No, just turn them both on. No, that guy doesn't work. We got to get him working. So anyway, if you've been hiding under a rock, everybody knows about what's going on with President Trump, and now the impeachment probe has begun, all due to his conversation with the Ukrainian vice president, and people are saying that it might have affected our election. 2 years, almost 3 years now into his presidency, and the witch hunt continues, according to the Donald. Now she's got to go. She can't even speak. Like she speaks out of both sides of her mouth, A, and B, she's too old.
Sounds coherent, almost.
Incoherent almost. Right, like she's had one too many. Right, like something's off there.
Poor baby.
But why is she like? Look, this woman has been around forever.
They all have.
They all have, way too long. Come on, young people, get off your couches.
Let's go.
Get off your couch.
Hype liberals.
Yes, where are the young liberals? I mean, or the young conservatives.
I tried my best to stomach that debate thing the other day.
Come on, it's unwatchable.
Bernie and all this Biden.
I don't know which is worse, the NFL or the debates.
They're all bad.
They're all bad.
Everybody over 70 years old, and you're sitting there worried about what 30-years are doing. That is so stupid to me.
Makes no sense.
Nobody represents.
And those people are by the time these people are like in their 40s, 50s, these older people that are making law for them are going to be gone.
Oh.
Unless they find a way to cryogenically freeze themselves and bring themselves back to life, as
crazy.
Some of them probably would love to do.
Crazy.
It is crazy. And then you got, look, people post, this is a great post. I don't know if you posted this one, but the effects of socialism, where you give a task to one of your kids, right? You pay them $10 allowance to do the task.
Yes.
And then you take $7 for them and give it to the sibling that sat there and did nothing. And then you find out how that kid likes socialism. It is a shame. But I spoke to somebody about this today, and that's what this young generation, with the exception of a few, but there's a good number of them that are sitting on mommy and daddy's couches in their early 20s, not wanting to work, not wanting to make anything happen, no drive, no nothing,
no innovation,
just waiting for the system to take care of them. Look, there's one kid in our neighborhood. He lives with his parents. He's 31 years old. He's a handyman in the neighborhood.
There's nothing wrong with handyman.
Come on.
Nothing wrong with handyman.
No, it's weird that he lives in the neighborhood, then he rides around in the golf cart taking care of things in the neighborhood. You can't go out and get a job, a real job.
And he's got a golf cart too.
Oh, he's got a golf cart.
Amazing.
Oh, yeah. Well, this is Boca Raton.
Good parenting.
This is a country club.
Good parenting.
Yeah, good parenting that the kid cannot get away from the nest.
Amazing.
31 years old.
We got a heap of those.
A lot of them.
I bet he doesn't like chicks. He just sits in the house all day, and that's why the women don't have anybody to date. Those young girls don't have anybody to date.
That's why they're looking for us older guys.
It's sad.
It's very sad.
That 31-year-old bunch is no clue. Anybody there today? Did we click all the buttons?
Did we click all the buttons? Hello, everybody.
Somebody should be there somewhere.
Let's give out a hello. Oh, there they are.
Oh, my bad.
Louis,
what's up, buddy?
Nelson. See,
you always forget to click the thing. I'm thinking we're here talking to ourselves. Toto, what's up, buddy?
Gerard Nelson joining us. Hey,
great promoter.
Yeah?
Yes, he's putting on a big event November 30th down in Miami.
How's your event going for November 3rd?
Oh, it is beautiful. Life is going
well, how are ticket sales?
They are up already. I talked to Lord.
Are we going to have 1,200? Are we going to sell that place out?
I think we're going to sell out.
You think we'll get
1,200? I'm feeling good about it.
Right.
I'm feeling good about it. I just had my birthday yesterday.
You had your birthday. Happy birthday. I posted a little video. And
hey, baby, just check in. My wife thank you, beautiful, for
You
an
had-
amazing birthday weekend.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was amazing.
Cormac, my birthday is November 4th. In case you like, if he'll let me hang out with you. And,
No, that's okay.
That's
Only
okay.
mine.
Oh yeah. And just you,
Yes, I had a beautiful weekend. I had friends come in town
right
from out of town.
And you took them sightseeing.
Yeah.
That was interesting because you
Very.
called me about that, and it seemed like you were a little bit disturbed about it. Like you, like there is so much to see in South Florida.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many monuments. There's so many museums. There's so many landmarks. But there was one landmark that they had to see, and that was.
I got a friend from Cleveland, Ohio.
Cleveland, of all places.
What's up, Tom? I thought we wanted to go to the beach or to see some boats.
Well, you go to Biscaya, you go to the marina.
He said, Chris, where are those projects that are always on First 48? I said, what, the TV show, the killing show? So I took him to the pork and bean projects. Now, pork and beans is the proper terminology, but we call it the poke and bean. Poke and beans. Good job.
It's like shrimp and grits.
Yes, shrimp and grits. There you go. Look at you, man. You've been around enough. No, he wanted to see the poke and bean.
Right.
And they wanted to see oranges and coconuts and shit.
Right.
So I'm sitting there like, so that's what you think about us, man? Like, you don't think about the beaches and the beautiful women. No. You want to see poke and bean projects where all the First 48 killing goes on and oranges and coconuts. And then he freaked out because I drove him down the beach at night and all the street lights were out.
And if anybody knows, this time of year,
it is turtle mating.
The sea turtles mate on the beach.
So they need darkness.
They need darkness. But you need darkness when you mate too. You like it when the lights on?
My point.
Do you like it when the lights on?
No,
are you one of those guys that are you
I like to see where I'm going.
I'm a lights on guy.
I like seeing. It doesn't matter, I guess. I like to see where I'm going.
Depends who I'm with.
Well, I'm with one person. We do lights on, lights off. It doesn't matter.
Okay, it doesn't.
We've been together so long, lights on, lights off. It don't matter. Standing up, laying down, lights on, lights off. Doesn't matter.
The sea turtles like it dark.
Sea turtles like it dark. But my point as a human.
Yes.
So I want to be romantic and walk my old lady on a dark ass beach. I could get knocked out.
Oh, it's bad.
And couldn't see who did it because we're more concerned with turtles. My damn animal activist people, they get rights. So me as a human, I could get knocked out, not even see who knocked me out because we're in the dark worried about turtles. Make sure the turtle babies are safe.
And the idea is you don't walk on the beach during turtle mating season.
That's stupid. The beach is the number one thing to do down here. I can't go to the beach with some goddamn turtles.
Well, you could sit on a bar stand and do that.
Oh, that was a long time ago. You know how hard it is to get up in one of them cars? They've gotten tricky now. They lock them up and everything.
Right, yeah, it used to be.
I can imagine what they woke up to the next morning in their goddamn lifeguard stand. Can you imagine some of the shit
years ago?
Some of the stories they got. They come to work and go sit in the lifeguard and say, "Oh shit, what's up my hair? What is this? Oh fuck, what are you sitting? Oh my god, I can imagine some of the shit they've seen. Oh my god, what the stories they got.
Oh yeah, back in the day, Hollywood. That was the greatest beach, Hollywood Beach.
And then also on my sightseeing, I took them to the Sawgrass Mall. That's a big mall.
It's like the second largest mall in the world.
And I got really mad. I got upset in the mall because I don't go often.
Why did you get upset in the mall?
I'm a specific shopper. When I'm going for something, I know what I'm going for.
You're focused. You're laser focused.
Yeah.
You're not one of those guys that stop and window shop.
I'm going to get a shirt. I'm going to this store. A pair of pants. I know I'm going.
You're laser focused.
Yeah, I'm in and out of the mall. Right. I don't like
you're not a mall guy. Michelle hates the mall.
Yeah, I know where I'm going. Let me get my shit and get out.
I like to walk the mall. I like to people watch.
Hey, Mike, I don't like people like that.
Hey, Michael Weintraub.
Even
I like to people watch in the mall. There's some interesting people watching going on in the mall.
I think I'm learning as I get older. I mean, I get annoyed easy. So if I'm not on stage around a bunch of people, like this weekend, the wife took me out, plenty of places, people coming up speaking to me, oh, funny guy, but I don't want I like it. I know I was supposed to be out. It was my birthday weekend. But she could have had me at the house on the couch just chilling, and I would have been fine either way.
So if she would have just made you a nice meal, a cake,
yeah, it would have
and some good loving, you would have been fine.
Fine regardless. But
she went all out.
I love that too. But
right.
I didn't have to do it. But the mall, the kiosk people.
Oh, they're dangerous.
Oh my God. You know,
because you don't know if that stuff is even good merchandise.
Yeah, because you got to be a low-level human to work in the kiosk.
Ooh.
Because
now, why is that a low-level human?
I might be mean.
That's a little mean.
I mean, all right, my bad.
I worked in a kiosk once.
But it's annoying. You got to have a different type attitude.
Well, you have to be. You got to ask every person that walks by you, and you got to know that you got to talk to 1,000 people a day for you to get that one sale, so that you can keep that job.
I wouldn't want that.
You're going to get one sucker that's going to buy your shitty product.
Think about all that
as seen on TV.
As seen on TV. All these booths on the side, and here you are in the middle with your little stand and shit.
Right.
You know nobody's interested in you because you just got your little stand.
And you can't afford a storefront because it's way too expensive.
So now you're jumping out in front of me. Oh, you're looking good today. You and your wife looking good today. Would you like some makeup for your wife? Would you like to try a perfume? Don't you spray that shit on me.
No, I hate the perfume sprayers.
I got those to try.
I did that once.
You want something stupid for your kid to throw against the wall?
I needed to make some extra.
The little fake gooey shit to throw against the wall. You want that?
The hair product.
Oh my God. Let me brush your hair. No! Kiosk person. You are annoying, kiosk person.
But they must be successful because they're always there. They're always there.
I'm going to do some research.
And a lot of them are Mediterranean, too.
Yeah, island girls. They're very exotic. I did not mention that.
Very attractive.
You can't be ugly and work at a kiosk.
No, you can't. You won't attract anyone.
You have to stop people in their tracks. I noticed that. You got to stop them in their tracks. You got to be good looking. Stop their ass right in your tracks.
You have to be.
It's smart. It's pretty
Look
at us thinking about kiosks. I think about everybody.
Well, look, you had a mall experience.
I had a mall experience.
So you got. So getting to your destination, you had to encounter many kiosks.
And then the other people that are very aggressive, when you go in the food court, a little toothpick on the meat people.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Oh, that's usually the Asians.
Yeah.
They want you to try their chicken.
Because it was
That's not even real chicken.
This is a problem.
You know that chicken's not real.
Sawgrass Mall, I got a problem.
Go ahead.
Why do we have a Japanese, an Asian, and a Chinese all right in a row? There's no difference. Hey, Michelle, what's the difference? Or try our orange chicken. Try our bourbon chicken. Try our Asian spice chicken. What? Toothpick chicken.
Toothpick chicken.
And it ain't real chicken.
It's not real chicken. It's not high quality chicken.
It's not.
No, but I used to eat that. Come on, you used to eat that stuff.
Of course. But I got into it with a lady the other day at the grocery store over the fucking in the eggs the other day.
Oh, but you can't. The eggs, no, you can't. Look, we've done the egg experiment, and the yolk is definitely a different color on the eggs.
Once you add milk, salt, pepper, eggs, cheese, they're all the same.
It's not.
An omelet's an omelet.
No, I make a better omelet with an organic.
Oh my God!
It's a fluffier egg. It's a better egg.
Stuff.
It's a better egg. You can see it in the yolk.
I already see it too.
I'm gonna bring 2 eggs next week. I'm gonna bring a shitty egg.
Yes, we're gonna go right on the show.
Right on the show. We're gonna show the good egg.
I can see that goddamn rooster.
And I'm getting bonus points right now because I'm pushing those organic eggs hard.
I bet all the organic roosters have their own little hen and shit, their own little shed with their little fur robes on and shit, with their little things over their eyes.
Over their eyes, protect their eyes. Yeah.
Everyone out, put on opera music. I have to produce 12 $5.99 eggs right now. Everyone out. I need music. I need Mozart on while I'm shitting out my $5.99 eggs, as opposed to the 88-cent egg roosters with no feathers. They're probably all on top of each other. Have
you seen those chicken coops with all those?
It's pretty shitty.
It's pretty sterile.
I haven't seen one. I'm pretty sure.
And if you look at it, there's chickens that are dead, that you have to go through them, and
Eggs are eggs.
No.
Not even. Just like one of my punk ass homeboys, I won't say his name. He's a fat ass vegan. I'm gonna say it right now. And he's gonna preach to me about how you're vegan and I've been vegan and I never just sit back. Talk to me when you get some results.
Yeah, but vegan is not about being thin. It's just a way of eating. It's there are vegans that are fat.
It's the carbs. I eat French fries. It's the carbs.
Well, yeah. If you eat French fries, that's vegan. It's potato. And if it's done in vegetable oil, it's even more vegan.
Oh my God, man! These people got so many damn.
If you have
so many rules, man. So
but it's not cheating. It's just eating differently. That's all.
Oh. That's a good way to say it.
It's eating differently. Now, just because the guy might weigh 300 pounds and he eats vegan, he's eating too much food.
Okay.
Instead of having a small salad, he has a huge salad, but he puts other stuff in it. And depending on his dressing that he uses, it might not be that healthy.
What do vegans eat when they get the munchies? If they get high,
chips. There's cauliflower chips. There's sweet potato chips.
I can see them coming home high now. Man, I want some candy.
No, sweet potato chips.
Sweet potato chips, baby. Baby, them sweet potato chips,
There's
baby.
chips that are vegan.
I got the munchies. I just rolled up in my organic papers.
There's ice cream. There's almond milk ice cream, which is vegan. There's coconut ice cream. Someone is mad at the world.
Is there enough almonds in the world
but if you see
to produce milk? They're just making up stuff.
No, there's tons of almonds being
Come on.
Have you seen an almond tree? Almond trees produce a lot.
Almond milk, coconut milk. I know it ain't enough coconut milk because I see all my Jamaican neighbors cut those coconuts down as soon as they get here. And wham, machetes out, cut up, drink it right out. There ain't enough coconuts to produce all this stuff. I tell you.
And then you got cashew ice cream.
Cashews?
Cashews.
This is too much, man. This is too many rules.
There's no rules.
It's
a lifestyle.
No, but then see now
go ahead.
Here we go again. Now I'm looking at the bacon the other day and the meat.
Well, turkey bacon. What do you like turkey bacon?
Rubbery. These pigs was humanely killed. So I'm gonna add $5 to the pack of bacon. They were humanely killed. They're still dead. They're still in the pack.
But when you slaughter an animal a certain way,
what make the bacon taste different because I killed them a certain way?
The shock to the system and causes damage to the meat. There's been studies done. Look, okay, you have to watch a movie called Temple Grandin. And it's a great movie, and it's about a woman who's autistic who actually comes up with a way to humanely slaughter the cows.
To all my country folks watching in South Carolina and Georgia, we ignore this. Keep slaughtering the hog. Slaughter.
Have you been to a good pig roast lately?
Yeah.
Where they put the whole pig.
Yeah,
we went to a party. It was what was it? New Year's Eve.
Can't say.
I think it was a New Year's Eve party we went to.
Yeah. And you roast the big pig.
Roasted the pig. July 4th, I think.
I've been with some punk ass vegans just standing there just
there were no vegans at this party. It was pork and meat,
good stuff,
hot dogs.
That's right.
There was no vegan. If you were vegan at this party, you were in big trouble. You were in big trouble.
Beautiful.
It was tough. So what do you think about them impeaching the president?
They're not. Why are we wasting time? He's been here 3 years.
But they're going to waste millions of dollars
on this guy.
Right. And he's got the police union endorsing him again.
Yeah.
For 2020.
Of course, because
they love him.
The dirty cops get to hang out. Some do. They're all not dirty. I love the cops.
But what about the billions that the farmers are getting?
Billions. Farmers. That's insurance. That's insurance. But
the farmers it's ridiculous.
Finally, though, right?
But what about the general contractors? Because our business is suffering because of the tariffs. We should get some bailout money.
No, you just need some immigrants.
Well, they're hurting us because our labor pool is bad.
You know what's so sad?
Brent Sutton joining us.
I'm going to say this over and over.
But seriously, my industry, hold on. Our industry, the general contracting industry, the home improvement industry right now is suffering greatly because all of our labor is sitting home afraid to go to work.
Because they're going to get picked
They're
up.
going to get picked up. We have to come up with some kind of work visa for these people.
No, it's called.
But you do a background check and you check them out, and if they have any criminal history, they get sent
How the hell
back.
can you do background on somebody that's illegal? We don't know what he is.
Well, they got to come forward and
He's going to come in and change his name.
Well, he's got to have a birth certificate. You got to have all your papers in order.
And this is why I get pissed. Because, see, my daddy and those, they were the first immigrants in Broward County. They built this town, but they told me go to school.
But you didn't learn a trade.
Didn't learn a trade. So now
He calls me.
all the
Hey, I
companies,
need something fixed in my house. You
Yeah.
got somebody?
got somebody, you got,
You got somebody?
immigrants.
You got an
You got an
immigrant?
immigrant? That's what the fuck I do.
That's what he does.
I ain't gonna
He
lie.
calls me. What immigrant you got today? You can
What
send
immigrant you got? I need something fixed. I ain't gonna lie. Because I call somebody black, he coming over there with his little certificate he done made, got his little toolbox, and he trying to charge me triple. How dare you? Where is the immigrant
Well, he
label?
sees a well-to-do black man in a good neighborhood.
And I'm gonna stick it to him.
And he's
No,
like, all right, I'm going to charge my brethren a little bit extra money because he can afford it.
that is black on black crime at its worst. God damn, you trying to stick it to me, man? Won't stick it to the white guy, but you'll stick it to me.
Oh, big time.
It's sad.
Well, because the white guy won't hire him.
I know it. But my Jamaican buddies, I
The
got
Jamaican guys are hard workers. They're good workers. They know their
I got
stuff.
one doing my house right now. Oh, he badass, man.
Oh, you found the guy?
Yeah, Jamaican guy.
Oh, the other guy gave you too high of a
You got
price.
too high of a price. This Jamaican came all the way from Port St. Lucie.
What?
He comes on the weekend. He's bad.
Oh, wow. So you're paying him minimum wage.
Oh, he good.
$120 a day.
Red stripes.
And
and a red beer.
And a big fat blunt.
Oh, he just smokes it while he's painting. He's
While he's
amazing.
painting.
I concentrate. Or Judge concentrate. And he's just chopping and smoking and rolling. He's got two workers. He was amazing. He was smoking, but they were working. He was amazing.
How does the house look?
Beautiful. My Saturday's going to be beautiful.
What-
We're picking up the paint
What color?
tomorrow. We're picking up the paint tomorrow.
Where are you buying the paint from?
The city a lot of here.
Are they giving away paint?
Because I'm a home membership has this privilege.
So they give you paint.
Yes.
What
Part
kind
of the city
what kind of
program.
paint are they giving you?
Bear, BHR, the good
Oh,
stuff.
oh, no, that's not good stuff.
Not
Make sure
good.
you paint your house with good paint.
Oh, fuck that. It's free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but still, free is
What's wrong with Bear?
because it's not formulated for exterior and for all weather. Pear paint does not hold up.
BHR, I thought that was
Yeah,
good
the stuff
stuff.
from Home Depot. It's not. Trust me, I've been painting for 40 years.
Damn it.
I would never paint an exterior of a house with Pear paint.
All right, then. Let me change.
Just check your paint. Make
I
sure.
thought that's the name I
Take a
heard.
picture of the label and
I'm
then
going to tell you the truth. I read a little bit. I just said Bear. So
well, make sure.
I'll make sure.
Make sure, because you don't want to. Here's what'll happen: you've done all this work, and after 6 months, it'll start peeling off your house.
Yeah, I won't want that. My Jamaican said he'd get paid. He'll get it. Tell him
Well,
what
if you
color.
want, you can use my account.
Membership has its privilege.
See that? Knowing the white guy has its privileges.
Told you guys, life's about relationships.
All about
None of my
it.
friends from Northeast or Dillard can help me right now.
Well, you do have the one guy that owns the tire store. Isn't that a buddy of yours?
Yeah, yes, yeah, I got hookups. I got to do that for black hustle. I do. I'm not going to do my people like that.
You have hookups.
I got hookups. Not just whitey.
So how was your weekend? Because you had this Saturday affair.
Yeah,
How did that go?
Thursday night,
weather
held up.
held up.
Thursday night, I did the Miami Improv. Friday night, I did a church. Friggin', what up, Sylvester? Great young comedian out there. Thursday night, I did the Miami Improv. Friday night, I did a church. Freaking Sunday, I did an outdoor festival with Genuine and
That was
Lloyd.
Saturday.
R&B artists.
How were they?
Oh, they were pretty good.
Was it? They had more than one song?
Yeah, they did. I was shocked. I'm a little out of the loop with the R&B stuff.
Gotcha.
They were
How was
about
the crowd?
huge. It was well over 2,000 people out there.
And the white
It
folk
was
were
white
represented?
people were there representing because the
Were
event was
they there
called.
with their dogs? People were there with their dogs, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Just making
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
But the black people weren't there with their dogs
No, they
because they
weren't.
can't bring the pit bull.
No, but they were the goddamn kids. Listen to me, people. I'm glad you said that. Here's a disclaimer.
Go ahead.
The event is, if it's a city event, and it says shit like beer and barbecue, liquor will be provided. That means it's not for the kids. They can't put on it because it's a city event. No kids allowed. That would be, you can't do it.
You can't do that.
But people, can we use our common sense? Cigar bar, liquor, beer. Genuine and Lloyd, who sing about having sex, romance, love music. Does that sound like a good place for your baby? But no, here comes Shay Shay and Tamika with 3 and 4 their ass. Sitting there amongst old people who are smoking weed, blowing cigars, smoking the kids, like, and they just sitting there, the baby's just jamming. And then we wonder when they go to first grade why they cussing out the teacher. They're around grown people when they're supposed to be in bed. Where was Nana? They're supposed to be in Nana's house.
Nana was going out to the party.
Yeah, Nana was there too.
Nana was there too.
Oh,
You
shit.
can't keep Nana home for
God
genuine.
damn it,
Come
can't
on.
keep Nana home for genuine.
No way.
It was all the
That
best.
love, yeah, come on, that love making music.
It was the best and greatest and worst of my community all in rap. It was all the greatness and goodness and the worst, all rap.
How was the barbecue? Where'd the barbecue?
Oh, it was amazing. They had a contest. Oh my God, I cannot remember the name of the company that won. It was barbecue. But I'm gonna get in trouble for this. But the winner of the contest, they kept asking, so where's your restaurant? And she just kept giving the phone number.
She don't have it.
She'll have, but the other two, the second and third place, they're like, oh, you come check me out my address. And so where are you located? At the house. She didn't have an address. But she won that contest.
She had a food truck.
She had a food truck. But she won that contest. She was badass.
So you got to go over to her house.
A lady beat out, for my chauvinist, a woman beat out 15 dudes in a barbecue contest. That's the one thing we're supposed to be able to cook. Ribs. And the chick won that.
That's bad.
Yes.
That's bad. Talk about losing your man card.
Oh my God. I mean, they were standing up there with their chests out like, yeah, bitch, I'm going to win today.
Well, it's funny, if you watch some of those shows like Chopped and some of those cooking shows, I know you watch a little
bit. Yeah, I'm a
but if you watch Chopped and you see the woman going against the men, and those men, always think that they're going to, like, no matter what,
yeah, chauvinist.
They're going to beat the woman, that they can cook better than the woman.
I'm not a chauvinist by no stretch.
But you're raising a chauvinist.
But my man, my man card.
I had to throw that.
My man card will really be disturbed if I lost to a woman in a cookout.
Right.
Certain things.
Certain things though.
I mean, I'm bringing out the charcoal.
Right.
A bit of wood in there.
Right.
That's a manly shit.
I tell you what, she has Grandpa's recipe.
Yeah.
And she learned how to cook how Grandpa cooked.
And I watched.
Because she's one of those little girls that when Grandpa was making barbecue, she was at Grandpa's side helping Grandpa.
Yeah.
She wasn't in the house helping Grandma.
No, she was outside with Grandpa. And that's just like a lot of dudes, I don't knock guys who act a certain way if they were raised by their mom.
Right.
Because I know what mom, they're sitting up under mom. Like, I have a theory about guys and oral sex.
Okay.
They started it with the mixer. You remember when mom was mixing the cake batter?
Yes, and you got to lick
you lick the little thing in between the crevices and all that shit.
Don't do that again. Don't do that.
Mommy taught.
He does it again.
Mommy was showing at an early age. Mom was showing, this is how you make a woman happy. I'm going to we're gonna put the cake batter right here. I want you to clean out all the corners. She was training you, man. Yeah, we didn't realize it. But mama was training her baby. Because maybe the husband didn't do it. And mama was like, I'm not gonna let this go with my baby. I'm gonna teach my baby. So that mixer, they mixing. I remember just standing next to mama. Like, by the time
did that also encourage women too? Michael Durden joining us. Hey, Michael, how are you?
Now you think about it.
Did that encourage women to lick and
No, women.
How do women
End up where we're at?
Where we're at?
Oh, that's easy. The
Yes.
30, I'm gonna give it 40 years.
Yes.
Because regardless of race, color, whatever, 40 years ago, a woman could not make more than a guy.
True.
So he could be the breadwinner.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit if you dropped out of high school. If you were a concrete guy or construction, you were going to make more than that woman. Only thing she could do was be a teacher in America.
Right.
Now we have the women's movement.
Or a secretary.
Or
an assistant.
Yeah.
Right.
There
were certain jobs that women held
yeah.
that you knew. Waitressing was one of those jobs. You know, and now it's funny because there were some restaurants that only had male servers. Like if you went to certain restaurants, there were only male servers.
Because a lot of those men back then, now they were older, they weren't shit either. They cheated on their wives, but the woman couldn't leave. Well, where were you going? You ain't got no money. You can't go anywhere. You're dependent on me. 40 years later, these girls making money.
Oh, yeah.
Making plenty. So if a dude want to be stupid, I'll leave. Now, 30, now we got toys.
Nah,
we got.
If you grab a sugar mama, you're in good shape.
Yeah, because now, what I read the other day, I think.
You gotta have a sugar mama. You gotta
now.
Now, she's a principal. You were just a teacher.
Yeah, but guess what? I had to send her back to school.
Okay.
That's not. I made her the great woman that she is today. That's why we're a team.
Okay.
Yeah, we sat down one day as teachers, like we both can't do this.
And she supports you.
Yes, we support each other.
That's very good.
Yes.
And increase your household.
Yes, because now we sign W-9s for comedy.
Yeah.
Patience is a virtue. Gotta have good support. Gotta have double support. Because at the end of the day, she could very easily say, fuck you, I'm out. And go get another guy. Maybe. Because see, the women have the tough position. Because I think I read it's 1 to 8. Men to women. And that
the jokes, Bishop Tutu.
Hey, Taurus Williams, that's my old roommate, you piece of shit. That's my old college roommate. I love that guy.
What is he saying that you look like Bishop Tutu?
Yeah, I'm preaching. I'm preaching like Desmond Tutu.
Oh, okay.
My wife and I'm sitting there doing the math. It's 1 woman to 8 guys I read the other day. Now, I don't think that's including prison and gay folks.
Renzo joining us.
What up, Renzo?
Sorry about your Redskins, by the way.
They suck. If you, we're almost ready for sports.
I know, we're going to get to sports.
If I'm sitting there 1 to 8.
But we got to talk about Demi Moore first.
1 to 8 before you get gay guys and people in prison. So I bet it's probably 1 to 12.
You think so?
I think it's really up there. So you throw in a couple of lesbos here and there. The competition is pretty thin. The women got it bad.
Oh, women have it bad right now. They really do. If you're a halfway decent guy, and you pay a little bit of attention, just rub the shoulders a little bit, give a little foot rub, pay a little attention, you're golden. You're golden. You have your pick of the litter.
Yes.
You have your pick of the litter.
And I tell them, when they're out there preaching and listening to all that music, I'm independent. I'm strong and independent. Yes, you are. Let her be that.
Yes.
Where's your shirt?
Got to order one. Did he order it?
I mailed it to him, supposedly.
It's in the mail.
It got lost, supposedly. He's in the middle of nowhere.
Where does he live?
Some place in the middle of Florida. I don't even know where it is.
One of those podunk towns?
Yeah. I'm actually coming close to you. I'm coming to Palm Harbor. Someplace I don't know next week. Palm Harbor, Florida.
Renzo, you never know what you're going to walk into on this show. We talk about
every goddamn thing. Everything.
We've covered it all today. The Trump impeachment.
Yes.
Parties.
And now we're about to talk about dinner. Hell, we even talk about the kiosk people.
The kiosk people at the mall.
The kiosk people are assholes.
But now we have to talk about Demi Moore because every day now for the last week or so, there's been a little excerpt from her book that she wrote called Inside Out, and it's her memoirs going back to her childhood days. And there's a couple of disturbing things in there that I wish she would have kept to herself that we don't really need to know. And the fact that her mom brought a guy home, and this guy, she was like 15 years old, and the guy had sex with the daughter, with Demi. And for $500.
Yeah, she wrote that.
She wrote that. That's a sick mom.
That's a sick ass mom.
That's a sick mom.
Lock her
Like
ass
you
up.
almost like you really wonder about kids when you have parents that do stuff like this. It's horrible.
And what was the other bit? What else she did?
Oh.
She cheated on her husband.
Wait, the
Bachelorette
night before her bachelorette party, she calls a guy that she met on stage at a movie set and cheated on her husband, who happened to be 12 years older than her. Okay, the night before they're supposed to say their wedding vows, and then the icing on the cake, which I thought was kind of funny, was the fact that Ashton Kutcher forced her to have a threesome. Forced.
Demi Moore to have a threesome.
She was forced to have a threesome.
Poor. Can I just say it? Get to the tip. Poor Demi.
But Demi Moore made some great movies, and she was also made some terrible movies. But she was hot. She was hot. Come on, About Last Night with Rob Morse, great sex scene. Let's just leave
You know why not? She's been practicing since she was 15.
since
Shit.
she's 15.
$500.
All right.
All right. Sports. I got the tarts. Here we go.
NCAA football. UCF loses at Pittsburgh. Destroys the Group 5 run, and only Boise State now has any hope of possibly making. Doug Goodstein join us. What's up, Dougie?
It is some. I tell you what.
Clive joining us. Hey, Clive.
If you don't see the difference in college football right now, with alumni and money are running these programs. When I see 100,000 people screaming for kids on Saturdays, and you see the have and have not. When I look at Ohio State, Georgia, Alabama, them kids just look different than everybody else. And I know they're paying them, but
they're getting the elite of the elite athletes.
Yeah.
I keep saying it. You have to take the Alabamas, the Georgias, the Notre Dames, the bigger schools, and you have to put them in their own division. You can't have Alabama playing Alabama State.
No.
It just doesn't work. You can't have Alabama playing Southern Miss. The matchup is just horrible.
But now I'm thinking about it, though. Not modern day slavery.
Modern day, yes.
But now that I'm thinking about it.
And California is trying to do something about it where they're going to pay these guys. And I think Maryland.
Yeah, everybody's got to have their little cupcake game. I understand that. And they're making money for the other schools. Them little schools, you're going to get your ass whooped 65-0. But you're going to make more revenue in one day than you would ever.
And then you got the Appalachian states that pull off the upset
every year,
and North Carolina, and beat a North Carolina team that beat Miami. What does that tell you about Miami? That barely beat Central Michigan, a MAC school.
Florida State.
Florida State almost lost.
The whole state is in shit. But I'm up there.
Not to a great Louisville team either.
I'm watching. Fucking, what was that? Washington State and somebody the other night.
UCLA. 63-60.
Half the team was from Florida. Washington State, half the team was from
Florida. The Citadel beat Georgia Tech. How does the Citadel beat Georgia Tech? Can somebody explain that to me?
All-boy
military school beats up Georgia Tech. And Virginia Tech had a tough time with I think it was Old Dominion or something.
It's sad. But now that I think about it, those schools that we mentioned, the younger school, that's where all those hotshot coaches come from. They'll be the ones up for the next big job, and you always wonder, how did this guy get here? Yeah, he upset. But watch this, the Citadel coach, never heard of him. Watch that some bitch be up for an ACC job next year.
Right.
That's what's going to happen.
That's what happens.
That's what ends up happening. The cadets. Shit, but yeah, football's getting up.
Mark Bonacani's.
But I don't want to be rude about that modern day slavery thing, but he's absolutely right. I don't want to be mean, but those kids.
If you look at most of these rosters, it's I would have to say on a higher echelon and an NCAA roster, like the Power 5 schools. I would say that you probably have 70 to 80% black athletes on these teams today.
And the white guys are the quarterback and a couple of old linemen.
But not even so much the quarterback anymore. You're getting, come on. You got the kid now what about the kid at Houston? De'Aaron King is going to sit out a year, breaking news. Signed at Michigan. That wouldn't shock me because the Michigan faithful, they're losing their trust in Harbaugh. Come on.
Wisconsin beat the shit out of them.
And they had a week to prepare, too. They come off of a bye week. That was hard to watch that game.
He's the college version of Adam Gase.
Oh, Adam Gase is terrible.
He's the college.
Adam Gase. We're going to talk about that.
Oh, my God. He's horrible. I can't watch that man anymore. He is horrible. And we have all these NFL franchises in disarray. We got players talking back to coaches.
Oh, we got guys requesting trade. Now, what if college guys did? Well, college guys are doing that here. The kid at Miami wasn't playing. He enters the portal. Everybody's entering the portal now. There's ready? There's zero loyalty in sports today. Zero sports loyalty. It does not exist. If you're not happy at your school, you enter the portal. If you're not happy with your pro team, here, look, Andre Iguodala, they came out. He's sitting out camp because he doesn't want to play for the Grizzlies. He got traded from the Golden State Warriors because and I don't want to play for the Grizzlies. No way.
But yeah.
Well, don't even get me. Snyder is by far one of the worst owners ever in sports. Ever in sports.
That's why in Miami, that's why in the New York Jets, it's some jackasses out there.
Yeah, but at least Stephen Ross is spending money. He has spent money, but he still has the wrong people in place.
Yeah, and I'm gonna have to start looking at GMs because the general manager name doesn't end up in the news all the time. They go owner and coach, and they skip that guy. Right. He's the bitch that's picking the people. The GM's the guy that's picking the folks. And for some reason, you get laid out all this money and you can't produce me a winner. I know I'll be pretty pissed if you're screwing up my money like this. Jeez.
Now, the Redskins-Chicago game, look, Trubisky had a nice night, threw 3 touchdowns. The Redskins, look, they made a valiant effort. They made a game out at the end, but I know that's not. Snyder's the word. I don't know. Listen, I got to tell you this. I'm a Giants fan, diehard Giants fan, and there's a ray of hope. Yeah. After Sunday, Bruce Allen is just as bad. I got to say, Daniel Jones, he threw a nice ball.
Without Saquon.
Without the running back. Yeah, they had Wayne Gallman back there.
Without a running back. That was impressive.
That was very impressive.
Very impressive.
And then they missed a field goal at the end.
Ooh, that hurt.
That stings. Josh Norman thoughts. Here's what I got to say about Josh Norman. You go to the movie City Slickers. Yeah. And you remember the little calf? He named him Norman. Yeah. Josh Norman is a baby calf. He got paid, and that's it. He's a big mouth with little talent.
And that's what ended up hurting it. That's why the NFL used to be the better league because I'm going to give you your money up front.
Yes.
If your ass don't produce, I can cut you.
Right.
So that kept players on edge to work hard.
Right.
Now this new shit, I don't want to be here. Really? I'm sitting out. None of the players back in the day would do some shit like that.
Well, they would never sit out. A guy would never withhold. Look, that was your bread and butter. I mean, at the end of the day, look, guys in the 70s, here, the Dolphins, perfect example. You had guys winning Super Bowls, going undefeated, and they're working at car dealerships and holding down regular jobs in the offseason.
Yes.
Because they didn't make enough money.
They were regular people.
He did run with the Bulls in Spain. Yeah. Big deal.
And that's what they were real people.
See, I put Josh Norman and Antonio Brown in the same category. Big mouth, not much, look, they had decent careers early on, but not much to show for it lately. Kim Colquitt joining us. Hey, Kim.
And you just named it. You just said it, Renzo. That's the whole problem in a nutshell. These guys don't think they're regular people anymore.
No, they're not.
Them football players back in the day were regular people.
Yes, you can approach them. These guys are unapproachable.
They had to go to college to get a real degree. They had to sit in class with regular people.
And they had to go to school for 4 years. You couldn't come out early.
And once we found out the business model, probably what, in the 80s or so, and the TV started getting involved, and the television contracts started. Now we're going to make that dormitory fancy and put those 100 guys away from everybody and put them in basket weaving and all the fake
They have
matches.
they have their own separate school.
Yeah, go eat separately. You go to the cafeteria separately away from everybody.
Don't get in trouble.
Don't get adjust. Don't screw up. We'll even bring girls over to the dorm for you. Don't screw up.
Entitlement, yes, 100%.
Renzo, I got kids that play big time ball, and when they go visit these colleges, I hear the same story. So how was the school? The facilities were great, and boy, they got some hoes up there.
Okay. Well, look, perfect example. All right, he got game.
Yes.
Jesus Shuttlesworth, Ray Allen.
Yes, that was 27 years ago.
Perfect scene in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
He goes to visit the college. Fox is in that movie. A bunch of NBA players were in that movie that were kind of playing college guys, and they set him up with the honeys of the honeys.
And I've heard certain power schools that we know in the SEC, they recruit girls.
Yes, the honeys.
To basically
take care of the players.
And nobody thinks anything's wrong with it.
Nothing's wrong.
I can say it here on the Irregulars. So there are girls on campus who are basically whores for 18-year-old kids, and your job, and they get pep talks from the football coach. Just like he's pepping them up for a football game. He's telling them little girls, hey, we really want this guy. Now, he's a 5-star. Do your thing tonight, baby.
Now, how do they find these girls? Are these girls recruited for their talents? And how do you know that, like, a girl could suck the chrome off a tailpipe and that she's the one that's going to fit that description?
I bet they got a sorority house or something. Some sorority.
So they got something
focus on that. This sorority is known to do this and this and this. I don't think there's like a class for it.
No, there can't be a class for it.
I'm sorry.
But these girls do have reputations.
They got a rep.
They got a rep.
And obviously administration knows it. The football coach knows it. Everybody knows they got a reputation. And they're usually pretty long blondies, pretty blue eyes. Yeah. And then they wonder, why do black boys be dating them white girls?
Yeah.
Oh, they catch them in college. They catch them in 9th grade.
Now, what do you make of Kansas getting caught with their pants down a little bit? Bill Self, one of the winningest coaches right now, and only 56 years old, and has won 14 straight Big 12 basketball regular season, has only won one NCAA title, and all that success. So you got to understand something's not right there. But he got caught with some violations. There's also some football violations, which who cares about Kansas football? We know Les Miles is trying to resurrect that program, not that it was ever erected in the first place. But now they've got a good win. They beat Boston College. Talk about going on the road and beating Boston College. Crazy. But if you're going back to because we got Renzo on the line, he's a big Redskins fan. He's also a Gamecocks fan, and I know Gamecock Nation is struggling a little bit. You know, quarterback issues and some other issues in their coach. They're not 100% happy with their coach. Muschamp is not the greatest of coaches. He didn't make it couldn't make it in Florida. But you know, it's tough. And with the NFL today, look, I say that the NFL is unwatchable, and thank God for the red zone.
Yeah, I just watch.
I watch the red zone now. I'm just watching highlights. I'm not sitting down and watching a full game. The Dolphin game was unwatchable.
No.
Okay? Even the Saints-Rams game was tough to watch.
It was so sad because I was at a brunch when the Dolphins were on, and they had it on the big screen, and I think maybe 5 people was watching that shit.
You can't watch it. I'm even embarrassed to say that I'm going to the game on Sunday. I got offered tickets. We're gonna go. We're gonna go for the event. We're gonna go for the fun. Yeah. The funny thing is, you can buy 2 tickets for $75 and get to call 2 plays on the sideline.
Oh, that's sad.
It's bad. But look, you have the Jets.
Horrible.
Okay, 0-3. You have the Dolphins at 0-3. Falcons look terrible. Matt Ryan can't throw it to his own team to save his life. Very bad. What happened to him? You got the Redskins at 0-3. Now, a couple of teams that are a little surprising. You got the 2-0-1 Detroit Lions. Nobody saw that coming. Buffalo Bills, but they've only played the Jets, Giants, and Cincinnati. Still 3-0. They did what they had to do.
Yeah.
Frank Gore is still doing it at 38 years old.
49ers are doing good.
49ers are 3-0.
We're here.
Now, you got to love this Patrick Mahomes kid.
Oh, yeah.
He's the real deal.
He can whip it.
He can whip it.
I want to see him.
Now, and as a Giant fan, we're happy with Daniel Jones. Okay. So, on that note, that's 50 minutes already of Golden. Now, I just have to get a shout out because Michelle and I are opening up. Donna controlling the point, joining us. Hey,
yes, Michelle, what are y'all doing?
We're opening up a new studio in Delray called VB20 Studios. And you wear a suit that sends electric stimulation to your muscles. And it's only a 20-minute workout. And we're saying it's the best 20 minutes of your day, and you'll get great results.
I'm coming.
And we're going to be opening in November.
I'll be there.
And it's going to be awesome. It's going to be right in the heart of Delray, VB20 Studios.
Are the suits tall guy friendly?
Yes, tall guy friendly.
How about chubby person?
Chubby person friendly. They can fit a guy to about.
Hey, Alan, yeah, we at it again every week, baby. Every week, we at it again. The Irregulars. Yes.
And what are you promoting now?
Oh my God! Tomorrow night I'll be in Delray at a freaking coffee house, drinking coffee.
Which coffee house? I love coffee.
I'll let you know.
Subculture.
Yes, on second half.
Okay.
Coffee. Thursday night, I'm double dipping in Miami Beach. I'll be at the Sandbar, Miami Beach.
Where? Coconut Grove?
Yeah, somewhere there.
Sandbar is in Coconut Grove.
Yes.
Sandbar.
Yeah.
My buddy used to own that.
Oh, look at this. Look at
It's the one in Coconut Grove.
Then I'm leaving there, and at 10:30, I'm doing the late night show at the Miami Improv.
Nice.
Friday night, 2-year anniversary. Eargasms. This is our 2-year anniversary.
That's a great show.
Erotic poetry. I host that.
That's a fun show.
And Sunday, I'm
now, where are you doing that Eargasms?
at Crave Lounge, Pine Island Road, and
in the heart of Sunrise.
Yeah, beautiful.
Beautiful sunrise. Beautiful sunrise.
Work. That's it, Anna. It's not a job, it's an adventure. I love this, making folks laugh. And then Saturday and Sunday, I'm running a youth summit in Miami. I'm telling jokes to young people. I'm facilitating. More checks. W9s, baby. W9s.
And don't forget, get your Uncle Life t-shirts.
Uncle Life T, always inbox me. I'll mail it to you. $20. I got plenty of them, all the way up to 5X. Even if you got a big one. If you live in town, I'll deliver it.
See that delivery from the comedian stuff.
Sure will. And we'll take a picture.
That's 52 minutes of gold.
Yes.
I'm Matt Posner. He's
Chris Priest of the teacher.
We're the Irregulars. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Share the show if you liked it. We appreciate you joining us. Bye, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your week. See you next week.